Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. It must be Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time because you're here at the Ask Dr. Ron Facebook Live. And I am your host, Dr. Ron. I am so glad that you guys have dropped in to hang out with me on today. I've got a very, very lively show ahead of you today. My brother and broadcaster is coming to hang out with us, the professor himself, Mr. Reggie Miles. And I'm so looking forward to bringing him on and talking about the endeavors that we just had recently on last week dealing with the election. I tell you, we got a lot to talk about on the show today. So you all don't go anywhere. You all stick around and stay. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Okay. So hang in there. I'm going to breeze through my announcements and then we're going to get to our guest. All right. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of the healthcare workers all over the world. Healthcare workers have been keeping our family members alive and even some of us alive during the time of this pandemic. And I have been wearing this doctor's shirt ever since the pandemic started in solidarity to all of our healthcare workers. This is my tribute to them. I want them to be encouraged, to let them know they got somebody standing in the gap, praying for them, encouraging them. Each and every time I take the microphone, I am excited to call them out and to give them a shout out. It is, I can't say enough about the outstanding work that the healthcare workers are doing on the front line. So I definitely want to acknowledge them every time I take the microphone. Also, I want to give a shout out to all of our spiritual leaders that are on the front line. All the pastors, all the apostles, all the members of the fivefold ministry. I'm giving them a shout out as well because they have just as much hard work as the healthcare professionals do because they have to pray for us. They have to keep us spiritually uplifted. They have to let us know, lead us, and guide us as God would have us to go in a time like this. And a special shout out to my spiritual mentor and leader, Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt. Dr. Hunt has been with me for 30 years now. And I tell you, he prays for me. I pray for him. We've been through a lot together. And I always like to, give him a shout out, a special shout out as my mentor because he has been giving me through this whole pandemic, each and every day, he has been coming on live and telling us what God is doing at a time like this. And I tell you, if you don't know about Dr. Hunt, scroll down on my live feed. You will see some of his messages posted on my live feed. And take the time to listen to him. I tell you, it will be very, very encouraging to you to listen to some of the things that he has to say. I tell you, he has been on point this entire time. And I tell you, it has been good to be able to hear somebody that knows about what's going on, because that's what's happening. We need to know what's going on. And that's definitely what he can do, tell you what's going on. Also want to give a shout out to all the people that have lost loved ones during this time for various reasons. And it's a very difficult time to lose a loved one right now because of the fact that you can't say goodbye to your loved ones the way you would like to. Okay. With the pandemic, they're only allowing 3-4 people in the worship area. And it's very difficult sometimes, to, officially say, okay, I said goodbye in a way that I wanted to. So just to let you know that we're praying for you here at the show. We're giving you all of the encouragement that we can try to give you at a time like this. But always keep your loved ones in your heart and they'll always be there with you. Even though they may not be there physically with you, but they are there in your heart. So please just keep them alive in your heart and they'll always be there with you. Also wanted to acknowledge the loss of Alex Trebek. There's not many people in my generation, all the way up to the current generation, that is not familiar with the game show Jeopardy, and he has been the leader and the host of that show for many decades, and he lost his battle with cancer. But I'm sure the show will continue to go on. But I definitely wanted to give a shout out to his family, let them know that that prayers are going up on their behalf, to encourage them at a time like this. I understand, according to the media, that he died peacefully at home with his family. So that's something that you can't wish for anything better than that, to have your loved ones around you when you slip up out of here and make that transition to the other side. Update on the corona. We are at 10, almost at 10,200,000, almost at 200 cases in the United States. 10,180,000, almost 100, almost 200 cases. We had 239, almost 240,000 cases of people that have died from corona in the United States. So, corona is real, y'all, and we need to definitely take this thing seriously. The numbers are going up. I live in the Chicagoland area, and the governor here is taking all the necessary precautions to slow down the spread of the corona. And, many people don't believe that it's going to hurt them. But, after watching my mom go through corona and talking to her through the whole process, this thing is not a joke, So I encourage each and every person to take the corona seriously. Take it seriously. Keep your distance. Stay at home if you can. Do not go out there playing around in the streets when, you can take this thing home with you. You can't see it. You don't know you got it, and you can hurt and do some harm to your family if you're not careful. So I encourage each and every person to take this thing seriously. Just a little footnote, they are still predicting, out of the 10 million people that have tested positive for corona, they expect 5% of those people to pass away. So, man, I just hope that you all are smart enough to not to want to be in that number, okay? Well, look, I want to go to the next part of the show. I'm going to go over to my website, and the first thing that you are going to hear is my theme song when we get over there, and then we're going to talk about some of the vendors that support us. Before I do that, I want to give a couple of shout outs. I see that we got a couple of people that are tuned in. Dwayne Anthony, shout out to you, my brother. I see you shouting out to me, so I want to shout you back. Also, my brother down in Indianapolis, W.V. Pickens, is tuned in and watching today. Appreciate you all the way down from Indianapolis. If I see you, I'm going to give a chance to shout you out. So I appreciate all of you all that are tuning in at this time. If I see you, I'm going to shout you out. If I don't see you, can't say nothing to you. All right, so we're going to go now over to the website and get a chance to talk about all of my vendors and advertisers. So stand by. First thing you're going to hear is my theme song. So stand by. Here we go.
Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Whatever you're feeling, he will give you healing, he'll inform you. Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Entertaining news, political issues, local and globally.
right. I want to invite you to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. That's askdrron.com. And when you get there, you'll see a lot of good information about me. You'll see some pictures about me being backstage with some celebrities and stars. And as you scroll down, you'll come across a place where you will see my advertisers, people that advertise with me to help make this possible. So let's talk about some of them. One of them that you see on the screen, National Block Club University. Mr. Ron Smith has an organization that can help you bring peace to your neighborhood. He has a program that looks out for the children, for the seniors, and everybody block by block. Okay, National Block Club University has been around for over 20 years, and they are working to help make each and every one of our communities safe. If you click on the banner, the link, it'll take you right to his website. You can reach out to him and find out what you can do to make your neighborhood safe, because he has representatives all over the country, and he's always looking for people to participate in what's going on with National Block Club University, Mr. Ron Smith. All right. Also, you'll see a advertisement for Chief Nomo's Oasis. Now, Chief Nomo brings in products from the west coast of Africa, and he brings in soap and clothes, oils, and moringa seed. At a time like this, where it's getting epidemic proportions of illness in our community, you can sit down and talk with Chief Nomo and get an education on how you can take moringa seed and alkaline water and be prepared for the pandemic that's coming your way over the wintertime, and keep your immune system on 100. And that's what Chief Nomo is capable of doing, teaching you how to stay healthy at a time like this. Click on the banner of Chief Nomo. It'll take you right to his website. You can give him a call and talk to him on about what I got to do to stay healthy while everybody else is getting sick. He'd love to have that conversation with you. Also, you will see RRJ Web. Now, if you're interested in developing a website for your products, goods, or services, Mr. Ralph Jenkins at RRJ Web can help you develop your website and get it completely out of your head and get it on the World Wide Web. I've been working with Mr. Jenkins at RRJ Web for over 20 years, and I tell you, you can't beat his prices when it comes to developing, hosting, maintenance, fixing your broke website, whatever you got going on. Mr. RRJ Web can help you. Once again, click on the banner. It'll take you over to his website, and he'll be more than happy to help you with whatever your web solutions may be. Okay. Prince Hunter, a new advertiser, financial group. They're offering free consultations. If you're interested in learning about trading on the market, Forex, be it stock market, Prince Hunter is offering free consultations. They're offering people an opportunity to learn a new skill or a trade that can help develop financial stability at a time like this. So that's Prince Hunter Financial Group. Click on the banner. It'll take you right over to the website. Make an appointment for your free consultation, and he'll be more than happy to sit down with you and help you learn how to learn the skills in order to be financially stable at a time like this. And last but not least, my favorite advertiser, Port Again Sam. Now, Sam has been with me for over 15 years, and Sam brings in some of the best wines and spirits from all over the world. And he brings them right here to the Chicagoland area. Wines, cognacs, sweet, dry, semi-sweet, whatever your flavor is, Sam can bring it in to this portion of the country and offer it up to you. Everything he has is exclusive. You will not be able to find it anywhere else, only with him. He works directly with the vineyards, and I promise you, you will not want to shop anyplace else once you start visiting with Sam. Oh man, I can't wait for his holiday wines to come in. We had him on the show about 2 months ago, and he was talking about right around Thanksgiving, he's going to be getting in some new wines, and I am so looking forward to it. You know, I'm excited about refilling my wine cooler because I've been, sitting at home during the pandemic, and I've been sipping a little here and sipping a little there, and I tell you, it's been making the time go good. So you definitely want to click on the banner, go over to Port Again Sam, see what he's got in inventory, make an appointment to do a wine tasting. I promise you, you will not want to do anything else but sip wine from Port Again Sam. All right. Also on the website, as you scroll down, you'll see Chicago Communicator News Media, which is an affiliate organization that I work with as far as news. Also, you'll see a plugger for Soul Street Collective, one of the hottest bands in the Chicagoland area. Even though the world is shutting down, when you get ready to plan your events for next year, you might want to consider talking to Soul Street Collective. They've got it going on. You definitely want to talk to Miss Sonia to find out if you can get on their schedule for next year. Okay. Want to give a couple of more shout outs. I see we got Eloise watching. We got Dedra watching. My brother Enoch is watching. Miss Paula Gilmore is watching. We appreciate you all tuning into the show. And now we're at that part of the show where I'm so excited to bring on our guest. My brother is a broadcaster in his own right. And I tell you, he has been with me broadcasting all last week. We've been doing our thing with the election coverage. We got a little nickname that they start calling us, the Four Horsemen. Well, you got two of the horsemen right now, Mr. Professor, DJ, brother,
Reverend.
Professor Reggie Miles. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I tell you, last week was a thriller. We had 4 broadcasts on last week. If you scroll down on my feed, you'll get a chance to see some of the broadcasts that we did. We had 6 hours plus the first night, election night. Then we came back, had 3 hours. Then we had 2 hours. And then we finished it off with an hour and a half on Sunday night. And I tell you, the professor was there the whole time, and he came in fired up after working all day on Sunday and half the night on Saturday. He came in fired up, because the professor, he be doing it. He ain't playing. He got that music ministry going on, and I'm going to call it a ministry because you're religious to it, okay? It's a religious thing, So, man, I tell you, I know we're all excited about the president-elect, and one of the things about the show, we're on the Street News Now news network with Mr. Lee Michaels and our other brother in broadcasting, Mr. Chris Bates, which I see he just chimed in on the live feed. Well, hey there, Chris. The Street News Now network has never seen anything like this before. And I tell you, all of us coming together to present news and information and commentary like no other. And I know that, Mr. Lee Michaels have put a handle on the professor, calling him the conspiracy person.
Yes, yes. Conspiracy man.
Yes, sir. You the conspiracy man. You gonna break down those conspiracies, boy. And you proud of it because you said it a couple of times while we was broadcasting. You like,
Here
well,
come.
wait a minute now, hold on, let me give y'all a conspiracy, and you come out with it, brother. You wasn't playing, I don't believe that, but I'll tell you about this, So it's man, I tell you, man. I know you got one up your sleeve. Come on with it now.
Well, no, I'm not gonna do a conspiracy today.
Okay.
I'm not. I want to, but I'm not. I don't want to put too much out there. But then again, yeah. Then again, yeah. When I think about it, I think maybe. Okay, now, okay, good. Here it comes.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
All right, here it comes. So all this talk, right, about, and this really may not be a conspiracy, but all this talk about I'm not leaving the White House, or I'm going to wait until the entire process goes through before I relinquish or before I do anything, and all of this focus on me being someone that can't accept a loss and all of that. All that is a distraction to keep the focus from the balance that's going on. I mean, it could be a shift. If the two senators, if they flip Georgia totally blue, they're going to have a runoff election January 5th. And Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, I just saw her speak. I just saw her speak, and I'm just so proud of that woman. And I'm proud of the women that are in that great state of Georgia, those Georgians that are really working to shift the balance of power. And they're doing it by not making a whole lot of noise. I mean, they're walking softly with a big stick. So while they want to, some of the elite want to ramp up this focus towards what Mr. President is doing. That's really not the focus. The focus is getting those Georgians back out to vote to bring those 2 Senate seats back to the Congress so that the Democrats can have a stronger seat at the table when it comes to power in this country. So they want to keep us distracted with all this garbage because everybody knows that you lost. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. It's never in the history has it been in a runoff that the results change. Most of the time when the runoffs come, the person that won ends up winning by a larger margin.
Right.
So all that's just a distraction to the power of Black people and the power of their vote was underestimated.
Yeah.
It was us that underestimated during this election cycle. And I'm glad that African Americans realized their position, and the realization of their position came through the women. You got that powerful woman in Georgia, Stacey Abrams. You got Keisha Lance Bottoms. And then you got the newly elected VP, Vice President, Kamala Harris. All 3 of these sisters have HBCUs in common. So don't come up, I don't want to ever hear any more jive about, what a HBCU does or doesn't do in terms of providing great people. Miss Harris came from Howard. Um, Teacher Lance Bottoms came from FAMU. Uh, Stacey Abrams, Spelman. Howard and Spelman are neck and neck with which one is number one or number two as far as the HBCUs are concerned. Both of them have added great people to the roles. More, I believe, more PhDs have come out of Howard. Black PhDs have come out of Howard than any other place, you know, in this country. So that's really something to say, and that's really something that we can hang our hats on. I'm very proud of the sisters in this country.
Now, on that point right there, I can't let that go past without emphasizing the educational system of HBCUs. It has always been said historically that HBCUs take the time to cater to people of color in their educational process, because see, we might need some special attention when we get away to a school like that. We get it. You know, we don't walk away from there with a delusional factor on you know what some people may have when they come out of a college somewhere else, because in most colleges, and I'm talking about other places, you know, you attend classes and you attend classes, but you don't get the special attention that you might need to be able to find out what your strong suit is and what it is that can help you with your career moves. And in a school like an HBCU, they're small enough, they're boutique, you know, and they can address what a person may need in order to be successful. You know, you go to another university, sometimes you walk away from there with a student loan or a bill that you got to pay for the next 20 years, and you may not have anything to be able to help fulfill your future. But when you go to a historical black college, yeah, you're going to pay for it, but you're going to have something of substance when you come out of there, you know. And I remember, you know, a lot of people don't know this, or they do know this if they follow me. You know, I've been in the entertainment industry for over 45 years, and we did a historical black college tour. And that was so exciting to go to all of these HBCUs, because every one of the student governments on each campus sponsored us to be there. You know, because that's usually, you know, where your entertainment budget, they have a large entertainment budget on campus. So they would bring in the various groups and speakers, and the interaction was just outstanding with the faculty, the staff, and the students, because they all participated in what we brought to the, you know, to the campus. And we went, and it was so uniform from school to school to school. And every school has, you know, student pride, but you get something special when you go to a HBCU. Now, I know that they have always been underfunded, underappreciated, but I think that's about to change, because now with the climate of what people are seeing, you know, they're going to gain popularity even more so now, you know, for those that choose that as a career path, you know, to go to college, because college is not for everybody. Okay, let me say that too. You know, when I was coming up, even though I have a PhD, I didn't know I was going to always have that. You know, that's something that I acquired later in life. You know, I was in my 40s when I started pursuing my educational endeavors to accomplish a PhD. But when I was a young man and foolish, you know, man, I was picking up trades left and right. You know, man, I learned how to weld, learned how to drive buses and trucks. I learned how to do auto mechanics. I mean, because trades made sure you get paid, okay? You know, you can always take your trade and electricity, electronics, man, please. Every time they open up a new course, I want that one. You know, they used to have a program back in the day, and they haven't had it in a very long time. It was called CETA, SETA, and the difference between DA and TA, it was a training program. So
Mm-hmm.
every 2 3 months, you know, you can acquire a skill, and they would pay you to go to school. Okay, so I had turned going to school to learn a new trade as a hustle. You know, like what? I can get paid and keep going to school and pick up another skill. Man, I was wearing that program out. I was like, how long I gotta wait before I can start a new program? You know, but it was worthwhile, and it kept me in a position where I was always employable in various, you know, trade fields. You know, so they don't have that program, and they haven't had it since the 70s. I think they abolished it back in the 70s or 80s. And I think that is something like that need to be reinstituted, because there are many students that are not college bound, you know, and I don't want to see people go to school 4 6 years, you know, and they go 6 years, an 8 year program, because they don't want to have to start paying that student loan back right away. So, well, wait a minute, can I stay in here another little bit longer? Can I get another extension? Can I get another degree? And they stay there as long as they can, because they want to try and duck having to start paying, you know, paying back paying back that student loan they signed up for, you know, because they'll give you some credit now, but that bill gonna come due, you know. And it's so funny. I remember when they was having trouble finding Bin Laden, you know, I said all they gotta do is send the student loan people after them. They gonna find him, you know, and they gonna tell you exactly where he at. That's serious, boy. Student loan gonna find you, brother. They want that money, you know, because they like, well, you wasn't ducking when we loaned it to you, so why you ducking now, you know? So yeah, I think HBCUs are now going to get a far greater credibility and an attention, you know, for young people, because now they see that it's going to, you know, be a beneficial path to a career, you know, more so, you know. So go ahead, man.
I can agree with that. You know, after teaching at an HBCU, I certainly agree about the pride and all the things that they have at HBCUs. And your journey, what you articulated, almost sounded like the argument of Booker T. Washington versus W.E.D.B. Du Bois. You know, so you mean we getting ready to go through that again? You know, so I say, oh wow, but the value of education.
Mm-hmm.
The value of education is important, whether it is for a trade or whether you're going to do something in the humanities or whatever. You need to be educated. And education is what you make it.
Right.
I can tell you historically, now, when I was a young man, you weren't going to get me to go to an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I was power to the people. I had the afro, and then, I was Negro.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in that self-hate type thing. You better not mention to me about going to no black school.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I went to a PWI,
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat. Catholic, PWI, when I went to school. And so when you come into a different consciousness, and I would recommend that any student, check out what an HBCU has to offer. Just check it out. And then I would suggest to students to be smart with how you're going to deal with your education. And you're absolutely right, Dr. Ron. And college may not be for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
but one of the overlooked things that really happens is that a lot of people overlook the junior colleges.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you got to jump ship and go directly to a major university. That's not always the truth. because the junior colleges were put together to prepare you to go to the senior colleges. And sometimes we need to, or some students need to take advantage of that. In the long run, right? In the long run, right? You're gonna cut down. You go to a city college, it might cost you. These are just arbitrary numbers, like 3,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it costs you 6,000 to do, 2 years. And then when you get to that HBCU, it's gonna balloon to 80,000,
Mm-hmm.
40,000 a year. And if you went 4 years, you're talking about $160,000 in debt, but you can nearly cut that in half by going to the junior college.
Now let me speak to that point right there. It's very unfortunate that the high school educational system for the last 10 years have been graduating supposedly high school or 12th grade educated people. And that is not a reality, because they are trying to get people out of their institution. And if you feel like you're going to continue to go on with a higher level or higher education, then they send them over to the junior colleges without a high school education, and then they have to start out with less than 100 level courses in order to be able to get up to a high school education to begin the process of starting to get a college level education. Because if you're coming in the door with a low entry level score, 80, now you taking 800 level courses, okay? And then, you got to advance all the way up to the 100 level courses just to begin to start getting the first level of college education. And it's unfortunate because, the mentality of most teachers in high school, we just want these bad ass suckers out of here. We don't want to keep them back. We don't want to keep them another year. Because if they didn't get it in the 4 years they was here, they ain't gonna get it. Here's your diploma. Now go let the world go kick you in the ass, okay? And that's the mentality of them, bro. And that's the reality of it. Because I had high school kids in my house and my son, okay? And I'm gonna call him out. I'm gonna throw him under the bus. When he graduated from high school, he couldn't read a newspaper. Okay, and a newspaper is written on a high school education level. Okay, now he had to go because that was the only option he had available was if he wanted to continue with education at the age of 18, he had to go to a junior college. And they told him, he said, well, you're 2 grade levels back. Okay, you're not at a high school grade level with your reading, writing, arithmetic, the basics. Okay, now fast forward to now, he's a very educated young man because life then taught him a lot more, and he has acquired the skills needed to be able to continue on in life. But at 18, man, please, he could care less about a high school level education. So I just wanted to address that. Sometimes junior colleges is the only option they got available at a time like this, okay?
Well, one of the things that most of us, that many people don't know, is like the makeup of the high schools, in Chicago, and I'm going to just refer to the time that I was in high school. When I was in high school, there was like 3 categories. There were technical, trade, then the business, and then the general education. So it was actually 4.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, there were only 2 technical schools or college preparatory schools that were really available, Lane and Limbalone.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm talking about the Chicago area. Tilden, when I got there in 1968, had went from a technical high school and it went to a general school.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the vocational schools or the trade schools, Dunbar, CVS.
CVS, yeah.
And a lot of people and a lot of parents don't know the type of school that they're sending their child to. if your child, or if you believe that your child wants to go to college, you need to send him to a college preparatory school.
Yes.
Okay. And I went, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I made the decision for myself, right? When I got to 8th grade, when I was in 8th grade, I went and took the Lindblom test. And I'm gonna tell you, I was a hard-headed youngin. When I went to Lindblom 2 days and left because they gave me a shop course at 8 o'clock in the morning. I had a shop course and I said, oh no. But then back then at that time, I wasn't sure that I was gonna have $1.20 to go to school every day. You understand? 40 cents for the bus, and then for my lunch and this, that, and other. So I went to Tilden because I know I didn't have to give up that 40 cents because I could walk to Tilden from where I lived. And that's what I did. So, but it was a general school. But when I was in the school, I took a lot of technical classes to prepare me for college. So parents really have to be, and I'm not saying that you weren't or any other parent aren't involved, but once we understand how these schools are and how the system for the schools work, we can better chart the course for our students.
Or advise them. Or advise them.
Yeah, that's right.
Because when they get to teenagers, they don't listen to a damn thing nobody say. No way. Look, I didn't listen.
Right. That's exactly right.
And they don't listen. It's just a rite of passage. I ain't what you say.
Right.
Know,
and then it gets complicated because when you see you in this little person, oh God, there's when you see yourself,
all in.
Look, what am I going to do about me? Right?
What your boy say, James Brown? The big payback.
Yeah, you gonna get it right. That's exactly right.
Look, let me give a shout out to Miss Lisa London. She says, "Hey fellas, that's our sister in broadcasting." We got Joseph Moran, one of my good friends and brothers. He grew up in Louisiana. See, they didn't have schools down there. If you knew how to shuck shrimp and chase down alligators, you can make a living. I know he ain't gonna like that at all, but he was down there in that bayou land down there. Good brother though. He been in the Chicago area and talking trash for a while, but he definitely been in the Chicagoland area getting it in. I got a question I got to throw at you. Since you're the conspiracy theorist, you've been coined that, as one of the brothers of the Four Horsemen. I know without a shadow of a doubt, you saw the move that the number 45 put down on his entire staff and administration. And the move was, do not help in any kind of way the president-elect, okay? I don't care what the media say. I don't care what he say. Do not, under any circumstances, help the current administration. So now, Professor, where you think that's going to wind up leading him? Because I know the administration going to be fine. Biden said today you can't be but one president at a time, and he's still the president at the current time. So he ain't worried about it. He going to get what he's supposed to get. But where do you think that's going to lead 45?
Dr. Ron, I'm going to tell you, when CNN and when the AP, when they called it, man, I shut this guy off. I shut him off because really right now, all he is a distraction. He's just a distraction. Now, if this man is thinking about running again, if he's thinking about trying to come back doing a Grover Cleveland, coming back after getting kicked out and then coming back again, this dude is gonna doubly not have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe by the time in them next 4 years, it's probably going to be 10 million more people that's going to be registered to vote. And they're going to come out strong because he is making a bad example. He's going out the wrong way. Yeah. He's going out the wrong way with no class whatsoever. And if look, I'm not going to even try to even get into any debate or talk with anybody that would even consider dealing with this man based on what he did. It's one thing that we must remember now, that our vote means something, and our vote is powerful, and they're going to need to court us. And you got to speak to us. We got to be able to now stand and speak truth to power. I mean, with authority. With authority. Because, like, I go back to them women again. Them women quietly moved the mantle to get evil. I don't even think they were going against him. I think they were fighting against evil. The women were going against evil. And when them sisters get their mind focusing on eradicating evil, this man and what he was doing and what he's doing, that's just, as the old folk would say, that's just ugly.
Yeah.
Now, how you going to vote for somebody that's ugly? How you going to willfully do that?
Right.
Those people that are witnessing this ugliness, nobody's going to forget this ugliness. Yeah. I don't think it's not going to be any conspiracy theory on there. If it is, it's going to be with the infighting that they cause within themselves.
Yeah. So what you're trying to tell me is that platinum package that he put together to try to court us to come out and vote for him, we ain't going to get that?
Listen, man. Listen. When it came to blacks that supported him, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them because they got paid. Everybody got paid, and so if you wanted to do that, I don't think the people that got paid really believed in what they was doing. They was just going after the money. Okay. They was just. I mean, I'm telling you. The way these contributors are, when I look at some of the other news channels, right, and I see the spokesmen that they have that are African-American that are in favor of this man, it's like they're all reading from the same script.
Yeah.
I don't even think they believe that themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really think they believe that themselves. So I just look at it, and I ain't mad at nobody trying to get some extra cheese for their pockets, but you're not going to be able to convince me that what you're doing is supposed to be on the up and up, or that I should really be, worried about or consider even voting for this man. It was a sister, and I got to say something. She didn't go to a HBCU. She went to a PWI.
What's a PWI, man? You giving all these acronyms.
Predominantly white institution.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, predominantly white institution. Okay, and it was a sister that went there. Her name is Simone D. Sanders. And this is this is one of Joe Biden's top people in his cabinet. I mean, that elected him. Simone D. Sanders. And she wrote a book. She said, "No, you shut up." And her title is Speaking Truth to Power and Reclaiming America. That I saw that young lady, I said, man, I was like, whoa. I was just like, I was put down. I was just too through. The sisters are tired of the evil. While the brothers are arguing about standing up with which policy, and they know that this policy that this man has put down for the 4 years in regards to Black people. You can look at the coronavirus right now and see that none of his policies were intended to benefit us.
That's right.
None.
That's right.
None. No, people of color, not one. Not one. But the sisters did not. They just said they wanted to eradicate evil.
Yeah.
And they went to attack this evil. But this woman's book, Simone D. Sanders, no, shut up. That's, man, I got to get my hands on it. I saw that woman. I listened to her this morning, and I'm like, between her, Stacey Adams, Keisha Lance Bottoms, and I seen this other sister on Newsy. I didn't get her name. It was a lot of Black women was running this, and they weren't out there trying to be in front, and led by this historic move by Kamala Harris.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, look, man, my show is only an hour long, and I need to let the people know where they can find you. I know you do a lot of broadcasting. They need to know where they can keep up with you. And then I want to tease them and let them know to come follow us, on Street News Now, because we got a show coming up every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we're going to be back together, the Four Horsemen, me, you, Chris, and Lee, and we're going to be chopping it up on a weekly basis. But where can they find you each and every day?
Well, every morning from Reggie Miles, which is my Facebook page, I play gospel music on a program called The Fix. And I've told you, Dr. Ron, if this was a year ago, now you wasn't gonna get me doing none of this stuff on. I was all.
I know.
Anytime you told me about, anytime you said something about online, oh man, I don't want to hear that. I was terrestrial radio guy all the way. But they've messed up terrestrial radio so much that I decided, well, let me play some music. And then to see how all these other cats are doing what they do. And it's like nobody is like true to what the real art of being a DJ and a personality is all about. I said, well, let me get out here and let me do it and let me show how it's done. And it's working out I'm teaching my students. They see an example now. And so in the morning on Facebook, you can find me under Reggie Miles with this program called The Fix. And I also have a Twitch page, which you can find me at twitch.tv/Prof Reggie Miles. And I start at 6 o'clock. I did that faithfully. I was playing my R&B music, and then I started playing a gospel song. And then guys, it was like I heard the voice of God say, "Well, I want you to play gospel." And so I started doing gospel every morning, and I do the R&B and my Dusties. What I really love, on the weekends. But I'm in the Gospel Music Hall of Fame as being a radio announcer, but I could never get anything in the secular world. But that's okay. Because if you ask people about Reggie Miles and his spinning, they're going to tell you something. They're going to be able to tell you something about it. I'm like next to Herb, Richard, Al Greer, all the great guys, Sam Chapman. I'm right there with them. And not as no afterthought, but I'm right there, even after being gone for 26 years. When I came back, they say, boom, you're back. And so that's just how it is. And I'm having fun now.
Yeah. And I'm going to have to beg to differ with you. You say you've been gone and you ain't getting nothing in the circular world. They don't take nobodies and nothings and make documentaries out of them. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to throw that out there too. They just released a movie where they named you as a very instrumental part of the stepping community, the bopping community, and the music of that era. You were definitely instrumental part of it, and they put a documentary out giving you credit to all of that just recently. Okay. So you sitting up here talking about I ain't getting no credit over here doing this, and I ain't getting no credit doing that. Man, please. Had a premiere this year. Okay. Had a premiere this year. Okay. A documentary. Okay. So, you can save that. I know my people didn't know. I just told them. Now they know. Who Reggie Miles really is, okay? He got documentary, y'all. And I tell you, when you get up in the morning and you tune in to his gospel, you will be inspired. It's a good way to start the day. The Twitch channel, the people embrace you. They bring you in. The first time I came over there, and tuned in on Twitch, they start saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Who the heck is that? Do I know you?" But that's just the love that they show to everybody that shows up into the room, and it's a beautiful thing. Got to talk about what we doing on Street News Now. I'm excited myself. The professor, he's going to be there. He's agreed to be there. My brother Chris Bass has agreed to be there. We're going to be on Street News Now, like I said a little while ago, every Thursday from 8 p.m. until. Hopefully, we ain't gonna go all night because we still got lives.
Right.
The professor got to get up and teach on Friday because he also teaches at Chicago State University media broadcast. What you teach over there?
Yes, sir. In the CMAT department of the Chicago State University. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Teach radio
Okay.
and audio production.
Yeah. So this brother's busy, y'all. And I'm glad to have him on my show. I tell you, as busy as we all are, I try to keep this show good, going, and interesting. And I appreciate him coming on board, hanging out with me today. I'm going to see about trying to get him doing it on a regular basis, see can we lock him down, come on and give us that conspiracy theory of the day, So once again, tell them where they can find you at, Professor.
In the morning, twitch.tv. That's twitch.tv/Prof Reggie Miles. And of course, you can find me on Facebook under Reggie Miles.
Yes, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now, I'm going to hit on you to give us an inspirational moment, and then I'm going to make you sit there and listen to me give out my last good night, goodbye for the night, and then we're going to get out of here, brother. So what you want to leave with the people?
Oh, just to pray for the people in Georgia. Pray for the leadership, those black female, the women down in Georgia, to turn Georgia blue. I think the most important thing right now is to get some balance in the Senate. You have not because you ask not. And these ladies went forward and did a tremendous job quietly. They didn't make noise about it, quietly registering people. And these are the kind of things that we have to do now. We got to stop showing off and stop doing things like that and just take care of business. Take care of business. And as I tell everybody, if there's some fixing that you're going to do, ask God to fix yourself, fix your heart first.
Amen.
Before we can take care of any other hearts outside of us, we must fix the heart that is within us. Nobody's perfect. So my prayer song every day is, fix me, Jesus, fix me.
Amen. I love it. Look, I need you all to go over to ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you to check out all of my advertisers and my vendors. Check out the tab for Cash Crowdfund. If you're interested in learning how you can make some money with Cash Crowdfund, hit me up. Fill out the contact card. Let me know you was there. Like and share. Please share this live with somebody. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. That's Ask Dr. Ron. Go over there on YouTube and subscribe. Please like and share. Tell somebody about what we got going on. And I'm going to leave this with a thought for the day. We got a lot of work to do. Just because we have a new president right now, we still, as
That's
people
right.
of color, are underserved in this country.
He needs help.
So
right.
we got to let our requests be known unto man. Okay?
Right.
We need to document it. We need to let somebody know what we need and what our demands are. And we don't want to be sitting in this situation 4 years from now talking about he didn't do nothing for us.
Nope. We got to do it.
So we got to not wait on somebody to come knock on our door to say what you need and what you want. We need to prepare ourselves for what's coming ahead of us, and we still got a battle. We still got, racial injustice in this country. People are still getting killed and dying every day. We got economic injustice. So we got a lot of work. We got a lot of work to do. and I'm rolling up my sleeves to jump in the trenches to try and help as many people that are on the front line as I possibly can. So I appreciate you all coming over to hang out with us. Once again, shout out to my brother in broadcasting, Professor Reggie Miles. I want to thank everybody
Thank
that
you.
stayed on the show to watch it today. Like and share. Please pass this message out. Check us out on Thursday. Come and check us out on Thursday. I know I'm gonna be there. I know the professor gonna be there, and we're gonna be chopping it up. So you don't want to miss anything that we got going on. We need your support. Please tell somebody where they can find us at, because hey, we got a lot of work to do too, and we're gonna keep on motivating and trying to keep you guys uplifted and keep encouraging you to pray so that we can get to where we want to go. And with that being said, peace and love. We're going to see y'all on Thursday. Y'all take care. Peace.